they're trying to change. So I'll just read the 2 sentences that kind of go with this theme. He says, I think it's rare for a business to grow exactly as the founder or founders envisioned at the beginning. Almost always, there are major course recalculations that happen along the way. I don't think of these as failures, but rather as a process of learning how a company can best utilize its particular strengths to serve their customers in the best way possible. So it goes right to what you were saying, guys. Like you put this stuff out there, and then you go, oh well, that didn't work. What do we need to change or tweak? So it's awesome that we're in this group and we can share our knowledge and help each other with these tweaks and make progress in the companies that we want to build.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll go to Hectic Pips. I don't know exactly.
My name's
Oh,
Hector.
you're a Forex trader now?
Right?
I've been doing it for 4 years.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I like it.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was my name on this panel.
Well,
I apologize.
Caleb might have control over everything.
In my situation, I had an online store for exercise and fitness, but apparently the theme that I had bought to make the store lost its licensing. So they put a stop order on my whole store, and now I'm trying to figure out how to get a new theme and rebuild the whole store. And after that, then try to work on a funnel to get into it. But I've never gone through it before. So
you gotta call them.
Oh, my bad.
Guess he's getting a little coaching there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tough.
Sorry, I'm trying to do something with my car and it ain't working. I'll be right back. I apologize.
It's all good. Sorry.
All right.
I classed it up. He's Mr. Pips, but he's gone.
Pips.
Mr.
Nice.
Pips.
That's good. Make them pips.
Cool. Well,
Price
glad
and
to hear
percentage.
everyone's making progress this week.
Yes.
My update for the week, I had launched a free, nothing's free website redesign offer about 2 weeks ago, ran traffic for a week, got nothing. Then looked at my funnel, simplified it, kind of broke it down a little bit. So I wasn't trying to capture a credit card. I was just trying to get a lead. And since then, since I did that little pivot, I have had, let me count. Let's just look. I'll just show you.
Yeah. Share your screen, man. Share it. There you go.
Okay. Sorry to all these people I'm blasting their information on YouTube. I don't know if there's a law against that, but
You can blur it out, can't you?
no. All right,
They
I've had
opted it.
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 leads. Okay. And then I have 7 appointments booked.
Yes. And
Nice.
that's in how
So
much?
good.
And how long? What period? Amount of time?
This is a week.
1 week. Nice.
Yeah. So
Low ad spend.
I have spent this. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get into the ads in a minute.
Yeah,
But yeah. So anyway, backstory to this. A couple weeks ago, I was at men's prayer, and I was just kind of like a little ball of nerves because I'm always looking at my bank account, and I'm paying myself now. And by paying myself, I mean I'm supporting a family of 5 on this business. That's a little different than doing, digital marketing as a side hustle, as it was for a while. And so like the reward and consequences are real. And so, it's been difficult kind of shouldering that. So at men's prayer, I said, hey, so the format of men's prayer, and Jason can attest to this, is there's kind of like a group session. We do some worship songs, stuff like that. And then we break down into groups, and then one person quote jumps in the middle, and then all the other guys pray for them. Usually people like, you know, they emotionally vomit all the things they need prayer for.
Mhm.
And I always like to say, hey, especially if I don't know the guys, I usually like to say, you know, whatever God puts on your heart, just lean into it. And so I said that, and this one guy, he goes, you know, the thing you've been working on, like there's breakthrough is coming, right? And all the anxiety you're holding on to, just give it to God, let it go, right? Breakthrough's on its way. And I'm like, okay. And I really interpreted that my own like business development to get to this next level where we can support ourselves. It's not a month to month struggle. And, you know, all these projects I have for clients kind of, you know, I'm in various stages of launch with different people. Like I want everyone to be successful, right? And I like carry that burden, right? And I want, because I understand like we've got families to feed and, you know, visions to fulfill. And right, it's not just marketing. It's not just making money, right? It's everything is attached to that. And so just been carrying that anxiety around. It's like, you know, we need a breakthrough here. I need, you know, I need some big wins for clients, and I need some wins for myself. And so it was just a simple like, hey, breakthrough's coming, you know, don't worry about it. God's got you. And so about that same time, I kind of had clarity on this offer and made some tweaks, and then like just things started rolling. And so I've been getting a couple leads a day. The offer is resonating with the marketplace, and I'm getting a few people on the phone. It's really hard to get people on the phone. Like people don't answer their phones, but they do text. And one of the beautiful things about this system is you can text with people. And so I just thought we could kind of look at what's working for me and then zoom out and ask the question, how would this work for you? Okay. Because, you know, I'm offering a free website. You can offer something else that's a high perceived value for free, or such a ridiculous offer that people have to raise their hand. And if you follow Alex Harmozy, he's releasing a new book called $100 Million Leads. It's the sequel to $100 Million Offers.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard one of his YouTubes or Instagrams or something like that. And he basically said that the secret to lead generation is you keep increasing the awesomeness. He didn't say it like this. You keep increasing the awesomeness of the thing you're giving away until it tips the scales and people can't say no. So if, you know, you're lowering the barrier to entry and you're increasing the perceived value, and once you hit that tipping point, you will never have a problem with leads. Okay. And I've seen this in various ways in different clients, and now, you know, more and more in my own business, that, you know, if you have an offer out there and it's not converting, you just keep ratcheting up how much value you're giving away, or the value exchange. You know, they're paying $1 and you're giving them 100 in exchange, you know, for example.
Yep.
And then the leads will flow. So I know no one else is really in the free website business, so you may be thinking, oh, how does this apply to me? You know, just look at the principle, right? And so, okay, so the funnel, and we looked at this last week, I think.
Let's see.
So at first, we were running traffic directly to an order form page with the video. And this was a 2-step order, so it wasn't this big, giant, ugly order form. And I had the headline and the subheadline and the video, and then I had the order form, and then I had all this stuff. Right, here's all the things you're gonna get. Right. And so I ran traffic for a week, and you know, people were clicking on the ad, but they weren't doing anything. So I knew, you know, deductive reasoning, that the hook is interesting to people, that there's something here, but if it's not converting on the funnel side, I need to revisit what's going on. So then I thought, okay, well, let's simplify it let's decrease the resistance. Let's decrease the level of commitment. Then I turned it into this. So I just made it an opt-in, just grab the email. Okay, so this
That's
was the old, this was the call out, the headline, sub-headline. I just added this last night, the $3,000 value free. And then I turned it into this, just a lead capture. Okay. And then on the thank you page, we have the appointment booking.
Nice.
Okay. And then in the automation, after they book their appointment, to get them ready for the appointment, because anytime you have an appointment booking system and there is a delay in between when they book the appointment and show up, like time kills all deals.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you want to stay top of mind, and you want to like get in their brain before they meet with you. Right? You want them fully pre-framed, warmed up, understanding who you are. You want them excited for the meeting, essentially. Otherwise, they're going to look at their calendar and go, why did I book this thing? Forget it. Cancel or not show up or whatever. Okay. And so it redirects to the video, which was on the first page, right? But I think I was trying to tell them too much too soon, right? And they're like, I don't know about this. So after they book their appointment, it redirects to this page. You know, watch before our meeting. Here's how the program works. And this is my sales page, sales video, which just explains why they need a new website, what they're going to get, the value, etc. So hopefully, ideally, they raise their hand. They say, okay, I'm interested. They book the appointment, and then they watch the video. And then by the time they actually show up to the appointment, they've watched this, they kind of know what I'm already going to say, because my sales presentation is going to be just a shortened version of this slide deck, And then it's like, okay, well, what credit card do you want to put that on? Right. So, yeah. Any thoughts or questions on that?
Let's see.
So you said that, sorry, Steve, you said that
okay.
You moved the video because you thought you're telling them too much at one time. Is that just because of your experience you thought that, or was that just a guess?
I think it's a few things. So in the Facebook comments on the ads, everyone was saying, how much is hosting? How much is hosting? How much is hosting? How much is hosting? And I'm using the word hosting because that's kind of a generally understood term when it comes to websites. But if I say, just cover the cost of the FunnelFlow marketing business in a box platform, right? And Mastermind, like, what is that? Right. And so I'm trying to use a universally understood term, right? But on the video, I say very plainly at the end, it's $197 a month, right? Here's why it's worth more than that, but this is the cost. But the trolls on the internet were, including the comments like, well, it's $197 a month. That's, that's crazy for hosting. And like, well, it's not just hosting, but, nobody cares. They're just throwing rocks at your offer and they don't care about you. So I figured, like, let's just get the leads for people who are interested. And then, I'm not trying to withhold information. I'm trying to tell them the information when they need to know it.
Yes.
Right? They book the appointment. I send them the video. If they watch the video and they're like, I'm not interested in this. This is too much. Right? This is not what I need. They're welcome to cancel the appointment. So I'm really not trying to withhold it. But if I put it out in front, it was just people are getting hung up on the cost, right?
Sure.
And it's like they weren't able to hear actually what they're getting.
Okay.
So
I think that's a great improvement, because the thing that clicked in my mind when I read remember the first Funnel Hacking Live when I met you, and we got that free book from Myron Golden, and I read that, and I was when he was talking about it, he was talking about from a standpoint of selling from the stage and being really good at it, and he was pointing out the fact that he, like, in his presentation selling from the stage, he wouldn't even, not only would he not even give the price, but he almost wouldn't even give the presentation of what it was until after his presentation of just how great this thing is, and people raise their hands and they're like, that's for me. Then either he would take them in another room, or he would dismiss everyone else that didn't raise their hands or something like that. And then at that point, that's when he would give the presentation, and then of course make the offer at the end. So that makes sense. That, yeah, don't give out too much information enough to make them want to start haggling you, right? So the way I see that is first it's the hook, story, offer thing, right, from Russell. The hook and the story, and then the offer, right, in that order. That's because we got they got to be emotionally attached, right? You got to be emotionally attached to something first. So it's like, stick on that until they commit to that. Keep them emotionally attached, give them all that information in the first video, give them all, get them all charged up about the offer and why it's perfect for them and how it can change their life, and how they're certain that they can do it, and they're certain that you can do it for them, and and so on and so forth. And then after that, once they take the next step, then it's like, okay, now that you've shown that you're serious, bam, let's get to business, type of thing. So I think that's really good. I like that, Caleb.
I like how you describe that, Steve.
Awesome.
You're quite the philosopher. Randy,
Yes.
what are your thoughts as you think about the dog empire? You're on mute.
Unmute, Randy.
You're on mute in paradise there.
I'm still back on the funnel. I was reading your whole funnel thing and listening to all that because I still don't understand funnels. I'm just going to be frank with you. And I want to know how to make things better and automate it. So I was looking through all that stuff and making notes and then writing something. So I apologize. I didn't really listen to all of what Steve said.
No.
What I did look.
What's going through your head? That's fine.
Well, yeah. What's going through my head is the idea of what you said was that simplifying thing, how to get this funnel. So, hey, this is what you get, and it's going to benefit you, and it's going to be so easy, and yet maintain an ability to actually pay for it before we ever make $1, kind of thing. So anyway, I'm just, like I said, I'm still getting into this funnel mentality because I don't get it. I don't get how the tools work all together, and I want to be able to apply all this thought of how to help people and change people's lives, but you got to find them, and that's where I get stuck. I'm pretty stuck there.
Yeah, that's the traffic part.
Yes.
Yeah. So why don't we talk about the Facebook ad? We can look at that. Maybe that'll answer some questions. Hey, Don Marie, I see you brushing your hair down there. Good morning.
Hi, Don. Yeah.
Looking good as usual. Yeah.
We can go any direction.
Good morning, everyone. I did want to touch on what I think Steve said. I've learned it as, if we think about marketing, even with commercials, it's an old evangelistic tool. You have to get them lost before you can get them found. You have to get them losing. Why they have to feel lost? Like, I'm lost, and that you are bringing why they need this. It's like why we watch a commercial that talks about a chicken sandwich that has onion rings on top, and then lettuce and tomatoes and all these other things. Why do we need it? They keep bombarding us until we know why we need it. And when you do that, eventually your people are going to come.
The question that I have in response to that, though, is when, like in our industry, people already need it and they know they're already lost. Yet they need help because their dogs are chewing up their $150 shoes. How do you take and already find somebody who's actually lost and they know it?
what you just said. Are
It
you
becomes a
lost
little
and
bit,
know
yeah.
it, but don't know
Yeah.
how to fix it?
You know,
Let's-
identifying that and make sure to identify with them on that level. Yeah, that's a
right.
little
And
bit.
then like I think Caleb said he's going to talk about ads, and then you're going to begin to tailor your ad to that target market. So
Right.
you already know that they know. Like I know that my dog needs help in the sense, but I don't necessarily want the help that the way it's coming, but I know that I need help.
Yeah.
So when you put it out there, you're going to have what I need. You know
Right.
what I mean? So, and then Caleb is going to show you how to target your ad marketing so that you attract those type of people. And
Right.
what age bracket are they typically in, and where how much money, all that kind of stuff, so that your ad goes right to them. Caleb's
Right.
a master at that.
So
Wow.
it should say Master Caleb, not just Master Chuck up here.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Randy.
Yeah.
Like we should.
Yeah,
I'll
but we
just-
better keep that in this
Yeah,
group
come on.
because that may sound a little crazy if other folks understood. That's a little inside joke. I can see
true.
it now. Master Chuck,
Miss-
Master Chuck.
Oh,
Master-
now don't go there, Don Marie. Don't go there.
Yeah,
It's either
the
that or
beauty of
mistress.
family. The beauty of family.
Don Marie's right though. Randy, you're gonna get him with that first line, and that's that pattern interrupt. And it takes some tweaking. Like I think for yours, it's in my mind, what really got me was your dog already knows. Your dog's easy to train. It's you that doesn't know what's going on or how to communicate.
You're messed up, not your dog.
Well, and that's why I go to therapy. Like I already know I'm messed up. I'm just not going for my dog.
True that.
But it is
Yeah.
They're not home runs off the first, off the first hit. You gotta get up there. a few times.
That's that's the first step, is knowing who your audience is, who your
And what
proper
is
audience.
your unique proposition in that?
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of people doing what you do, but what do you bring? Like there are other masterminds or things we could be a part of, but why do we all resonate with Caleb? Caleb sparks that scratch in each of us, or he scratches that itch in each of us and addresses us in individual manners. So as you recognize your unique proposition and what you offer, then you'll blow up.
All right. Well,
Yeah, and I see
Um,
that as you're coaching the owner, and not the pet, not the dog. You're coaching the owner. I think
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
your
I was
unique-
just wondering if it needs to be drilled down a little more, in that, okay, if people are lost, why are they lost? Because they're thinking about, okay, well, do I not have time to put into training? Is it going to be me who's training? Is it a trainer that's training? Is it a trainer that's training me to train? All these questions. How much is it? What time am I going to do it? When am I going to do it? So yes, I'm lost, but I also don't know if it's something that I can afford or work into my time because I know it's, so it's like,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's also something that needs to be drilled down that way to figure out how to grab them or attract them, through answering those kinds of questions.
I know a friend of mine was a big banking software guy. I mean, he created this banking software that I don't even know what it does, but I mean, huge company. And he sat with me one day at lunch and said, listen, the bottom line is always give away your secret sauce. That's what they want. Give it away. Show them your secret sauce. Tell them this is what you're getting. And that has been drilled in my head. Never hide something. Just give them the secret sauce. And so I think there's something to just saying this is exactly it.
yeah. All right, let's get into the ads.
Caleb's going to show us there's a psychology behind this.
Yeah, baby.
I hope so. Okay, so I messed up. Hold on. I messed up my columns here, but this is my active ad. All right, so Facebook ads 101. If you don't know what you're looking at right now, you have the campaign, which is the goal. Like, what is the goal of this campaign? Do we want leads? Do we want sales? Do we want traffic? So we don't care what happens. We just want people click in? Do we want eyeballs? Do we want video views? Like, so what's the goal?
Mhm.
Okay. The ad set is the targeting. Who are we trying to show this ad to? That's our audiences, that's our interests, that's our preferences, etc. And then ads, that's the creative. That's what we're looking at. That's what shows up in your feed, right? So that's how the taxonomy, how it's laid out. Okay, so for this offer, I have the free website offer lead gen. So this is my goal. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, now high level, I've had 6,137 impressions. That has reached 4,075 unique individuals. I've had 116 link clicks for a click-through rate of almost 4%, which is really good.
Nice.
Anything north of 1% is acceptable. So I don't know if this is a home run, but it's pretty good. Like, I'm happy with it. Cost per click, paying on average $1.37 per click. I've total spent in this last week $332. Okay.
That's for how many leads? Or you haven't hit
About 13 leads. So
Okay.
we're still figuring out the
Yeah,
lead
just-
tracking, and sometimes it's hard to get an accurate cost per lead on Facebook,
Yes.
but
high roads.
you know, that's about yeah. That's
That's
about 13 leads. So whatever the math is on that. So each customer I land equates to minimum of $2,400 annual. I'm hoping with upsells, you know, on average it'll be 5,000 to 6,000, right? Or, you know, 3,000 to 5,000. So, you know, I'm willing to spend a couple $100 to acquire customers. What I'm trying to say.
That's $25 your CPL there.
Okay, so for
That's good.
essentially high ticket leads, business owners, not bad. All right, so we'll click into that. So ad sets, this is the targeting I'm doing, and I'm just doing $20 a day on these different ad sets. So one is just an instant form. So this is no funnel. This is just a little instant form. I'll show you what that looks like. One is ages 40 to 65 plus, small business owners, and you know, that's based on they have interests in marketing, small business owners, Facebook page admins, business page admins. So Facebook knows what small business owners look like. So that's just kind of how I set it up. And then USA age 30 to 55 with absolutely no targeting whatsoever. Just letting Facebook do its thing.
Good.
And find the people who will be interested in this. Okay. And oddly, I have a better click-through rate for no targeting, a lower cost per click, and you know, almost 40 more clicks. So I don't know. Now I'm really curious to see how many leads I'm getting out of that, and then like eventually I'll have it tracked down to the funnel. How many actual clients am I going to land? Because just because it's no targeting doesn't mean these people aren't business owners. Right. It just means that they're kind of, yeah, I'm using the ad to attract them. It's not necessarily the targeting, right? And to your point, Randy, I forget how you phrased it earlier. Like, how do you get people to raise their hand? They know they already have a problem. I've learned it as it's called dog whistle copy, oddly enough. And basically you blow a dog whistle and only dogs can hear it, right? And so you write the ad in such a way that only the people you're interested in clicking through will even pay any attention to it, right?
Right.
So that's how you can have a no targeting ad that's just like showing to whoever, but you're getting a decent click-through rate because the people you want to interact with it, it's speaking to them. All right, and then this is the ad that I'm using right now, and it's just, right. So the headline it's meant just to call out the problem. I'm telling them what they already know. Your website is old, outdated, or non-existent. Let's fix that. And then I'm saying, attention local businesses, get a custom new website for free. Just cover the cost of hosting. Right. So I'm speaking like directly, like there's no fancy video. I'm going to start adding video ads and all that stuff. But it's just like, here's the problem. Here's the solution. Okay. And people know that to get a website redesigned, there's an investment there. So it's like a pattern interrupt. They know that this is something that they have to pay for, but I'm saying that they can get it for free, right? In exchange for covering the cost of hosting, right? And the so it rotates the text, but sometimes this is the top primary text. It says 75% of consumers admit they judge a business this credibility based on their website design. So I'm speaking to businesses who want customers, right? How does your company's website measure up? If you haven't touched your website in over 2 years, it's time for an upgrade, and FunnelFlow Marketing is here to help. We will redesign your website on our marketing platform for free. Just cover the cost of hosting, which you're paying for anyway, already paying for anyways. Click the link for more details on this limited time offer. All right. So all I'm doing is selling the click. I'm not necessarily selling the offer. I'm just trying to get them to click in and letting the funnel do the rest. Right. And then the instant form, which is
really quickly. So then what you're saying is from the ad, it's clicking into the funnel that you created. Is that my understanding?
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the form. So it's basically, and I've had 6 leads through this. Yeah. So, okay. So this is an instant form. So basically, this is a no funnel funnel. And you could set this up without a funnel. You don't even need me, right? And you just create a little form. And then you tell Facebook, so you can create a new form. Higher volume means it populates their email already. Higher intent means they need to type in their email. And I just use more volume.
That's for, right. That's for quality of lead.
Well, perceived quality. I mean, you know, it's their Facebook email, so it's an active email.
Right.
Whatever. Right. So you can write.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So you can write your headline, your intro. You can ask some qualifying questions, and you can get different information. Like you get their full address if you wanted to. But these forms are pretty cool. And what I love about them is it is super easy on the user side to actually fill them out because they're kind of pre-populated with the user info. So all they have to do is just click the button a few times, and now they're a lead, right? And then once they submit their information, I'll show you what we do on the FunnelFlow side. But now we have a redirect page, right? So that same in the funnel, like when they put their lead in, put their information in, and we go to the calendar, we have the same thing here. Okay. Now maybe you're thinking, okay, that's cool. Where do I get these form fills? How do I get those into my system? How do I follow up with them? Well, on the FunnelFlow side, if you go to settings, you go to integrations, and you connect your Facebook page, and then you need to sign in with your personal Facebook, and you need to make sure that you are an admin and you need to have a business Facebook page under your personal account. If you do that and you sign in through this and you integrate it, this should show up, right? You're picking which, right? So this is my page, right? So, yeah, you can connect all that, and then you'll see the forms here on the back side. Does that make sense?
So you're using a GHL website, not a Facebook. I mean, I'm sorry, GHL form, not a Facebook form.
No. So I have the Facebook form, but I've connected Facebook to the CRM.
Oh,
and so that when people fill that out,
the information.
Yeah,
gets
so I'll
transferred
show you
over.
what happens here. So free website offer. Now, obviously there's a lot of moving parts in here. And if you actually want to implement this, we would help you do this. I'm just trying to show you what's possible, right? If you want qualified appointments, like this is a way you can do it. It's not simple, but it's working. All right, so here we go. Free website offer, add tag. All right, so Facebook lead form submitted. So I'm basically saying that whenever someone fills out, and it pulls my forms here, whenever someone fills out this form, I want to add this tag, free website offer opt-in. And the way I build automations is everything is driven off the tag. So once the tag is added, now it'll trigger the follow-up sequence. All right, so this sequence with this tag, free website offer opt-in, it's going to add them to this automation. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And the reason I do that is because if I have a contact that maybe it's like a referral or somehow they got into my CRM or something, and I want to add them to a automation, I'll just add the tag to their contact and then it'll take care of everything. I don't have to like manually put them into the automation. So I know that was a lot. Here's what I want you to just take away. Like ask yourself the question, what is something that has a high perceived value that is free, or price is so crazy? Well, even if you don't want to give it away for free, like you want to charge for it, before you ask them to get their credit card, like how can you get them just to give you their name, email, and phone number, right? Because my goal for these people is to close them on the phone, right? So, talked a lot. Thoughts, questions? Got Mike Ortiz coming in. Sandra, welcome. I didn't know you guys were in purgatory back there.
That was okay, because you know what I got even from just watching. As I watch you go through all of this bloody stuff, at least more of it, I understand what's happening in the background, even though I can't do it and I can't produce in there. It helps me understand what I'm supposed to be doing the thinking of. So I really appreciated it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Nice.
Mike's a marketing tycoon. Do you have any thoughts, Mike?
Ooh, man, I just want to reiterate exactly what Sandra said. I am zoning in, man. I want to find out new things, and you deliver. So appreciate that. I'm actually just, I'm overwhelmed. Actually, I'm overwhelmed with stuff that we're doing. But we don't practice something other than what we preach, if that makes sense. We're doing it, and it has us like doing exactly what you're saying, breaking things down, automating, so that we're not stuck in the business. We're letting it do its thing, and we're on the other end receiving, connecting, building relationships, and it's been a blessing. So I'm thankful.
And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah. Running around like crazy. Absolutely. And forgive me, I was banding down the hatches. We have a storm, as you know, Caleb, and it's just like throwing stuff all over the place. So we're tying things down, strapping things, shutting down all the things that were actually outdoors that were hitting our window.
Is there more storm coming?
It's more. There's more.
Where are you, Mike?
West Coast. So in
the States, right?
Yeah.
It's a California hurricane.
Yeah, Long Beach is way windy last night.
Well, I'm way up by Toronto, and we've got the storm coming through, but it's ice pellets and that type of thing. So it's going to be pretty nasty for our evening and overnight to the morning.
Right on. We're gonna ride the storm.
Yeah. Dodge those bullets when that ice falls from heaven.
That's right. I feel like Captain, what's his name? The captain on the film where he's like, "This is all you got? Is this all you got? Come on."
That's
Gary
Forrest
Sinise.
Gump.
Forrest
You are
Gump. Forrest
talking
Gump.
about Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Come on.
Forrest Gump quote in the house. No, what you shared, Caleb, was really good. Like going through the back end, showing the possibilities, breaking down the thought process and how we should be thinking as though that we're in our business, so that we will know how to automate everything.
Yeah, get the lead first, then get the appointment, and then get the sale. All right. What I'm learning is just there's a lot of. Anyone ever refinished furniture?
No, trying to thinking about it, but I get your point.
Supervisor.
It's
you
a lot
can't
of work.
sand down too much, and you have to be strategic at what you're doing.
Every time I redo like a desk or something or a dresser, which I hate, so don't ask me to do it.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, you take a pass at it, you sand it down as best you can, you take a break, get a drink of water, walk around, you come back, and you find a new rough spot. You're like, where did that come from? I thought I did this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I was ready to paint. Guess not. Got to take another pass at it. And so with marketing campaigns, I think the same thing applies. Like you do the best you can, you refine it, you clean it up, you take a step back, you look at it again, you go, oh my gosh, like there's a rough spot here. Like people are getting stuck in this process, right? Yeah. They're getting to my landing page, but they're not going to the next part. What do I need to do to smooth that out? Okay, hey, I'm getting their emails, but I'm not getting the appointment, right? What do I need to do to smooth it out? What do I need to do to automate that? So just looking at each step of the process independently, right? And really, this is a whole flow chart that comes. It starts with the offer. Like you need to have an offer and a sales system, like to bring them through that. And honestly, as far as this goes, I have my first appointment scheduled for 8. Hope he shows up, right? But my point is, I'm still going to encounter resistance in the sales process that I'm going to need to like go back and smooth out again. Right. So just don't be afraid. Like just try things, for a long time, I was stuck in analysis paralysis, like just kind of, information sponge or just learning, but not applying, afraid to spend a little bit of ad money. It's like money replaces itself. Right. I haven't missed a meal yet. I need to be testing and I need to be trying. And, I'm trying to practice what I preach. Right. And more than anything, I want to figure this out so I can come back to you guys and say, here's the smooth path. Right. I haven't figured out the smooth path yet. I'm on this journey with you. Maybe 1 or 2 steps ahead or behind, depending on what we're talking about. But my point is just don't be afraid to launch it, to try it and to fail and to get stuck somewhere in the process, because that is the purpose of the mastermind. It's like, I am stuck here. This is what's happening. This is the objective data, etc. Right.
Yep.
And that's kind of the idea. And then when you get stuck, ask yourself, how can I simplify this? How can I make this easier? How can I make this smoother? So this process can continue.
And there's in my experiences, to back up what Caleb's saying, in my experiences with the agency, we got a lot of success with the agency, and what I'm able to glean from our media buyers and funnel builder is that, like I said at the beginning, you do your first your best guess right at the beginning. You do all your research and all your theory, your theory, putting it in there, launch it, and it'll tell you what's working, what's not, in the whole process. So you see what's working, and then there's a science behind all this too, and the information is out there, and you apply that science, and basically it's like you see what's working, but then like Caleb said, you see where it's not working, and you fix a little bit right there, and then you start at the front, like with the ads. If they're clicking and you got a good cost per lead, and all that's good, then you go to and they're clicking over to your landing page, but they're not converting, then that's right there. That's when you got to do the little adjustment. If they're converting but they're not making appointments, then you work on it right there, and you just kind of go down the line. So that's like a very simplified version of not just funnel audibles, but a whole campaign audibles, right? But I've seen it work. Like, and so at the agency, like I see where they got it down to a science. It's kind of funny. Our media buyer, his name's the ad scientist, and I really glean from what he says, and he really does have it down to a science. Even just the testing of the ads at the very beginning. We have weeks of just testing ads before we even really make any adjustments to the funnel. Unless it's obvious, that's where we have to make the adjustment. So, long story short, there's a whole science behind this, and it's out there, and it's figure outable, right?
So Caleb, so where do you go from here, or how many ads are you running for different things? Do you set is this one, okay, I want to work on leads, building leads, and then you have another one for the book funnel you're launching? I mean, how do you then set up different ones, or what's your time frame for how do you do that, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so those are different campaigns. So remember, the campaign is the objective, what I'm trying to do. So for this campaign, I want leads for people, for business owners who want a new website. Okay. And honestly, I was inspired by the working with Randy and Vashti. Like, these are cool people. They're hungry. They want to grow, but they need a website, right? So let's start with that. And so that's a great entry point to get into a small business and bring them on as a customer, and you can start helping them with their ads and growing and get them plugged into the mastermind. And honestly, credit to Randy. I don't think I said this to you, so thank you. And
welcome.
Yeah, so this is one campaign, and then once I get this kind of to the spot where it's moving, right? It's maybe not perfect, but I'm seeing a flow of results. I'm going to focus the same level of attention and intensity. So this is running now. I got this plate spinning on a little stick. Now I'm going to go start another plate, which is my other funnel for my MVM flywheel workbook, which is more towards the coach or consultant who wants to build an email list and launch a webinar and sell something, like a digital business, right? Less brick and mortar.
So you as a marketer are you break down, okay, here's my business to help people with websites. Here's my business, my funnel to help people, or campaign for coaches and speakers. And then you have another campaign. So then you would say to us, who maybe are not you, would say, okay, here's my funnel or ad for speaking. Okay, here's the one I'm going to do for coaching, or here's what I'm going to do. So we should create that like a plan, like you told us to do at the beginning of the year on a calendar, to kind of create out what we want to do, and then begin setting at the task associated with bringing that into fruition. Is that correct?
Yeah. Okay. Let's use you and as an example. Let's say your goal is to get onto 5 or 10 stages this year, right? So we would set up a funnel that talks where people could download your speaker sheet, hear about you, and just lead capture. And then the ad would be something like, hey, business leaders, do you want a dynamic motivational speaker who talks about these 3 things that you talk about, right? And then that's the ad. And then the funnel is something like, download my speaker sheet and let's have a 10-minute conversation to see if I'm a good fit for your event. That could be it. It could be as literally as simple as that. That would fulfill your objective. Remember, the campaign is the objective of getting booked speaker gigs, right? Now that's kind of different from launching, a coaching program for women, right? Women executives or whatever, right? Because it's different targeting, it's a different message, it's a different offer. So like, you got to think of what are the different offers within your business, and each one is its own campaign, right? And even within that, like, I can have this same campaign, I could break it down even further. I could have it to just insurance agents, right? Hey, insurance agents, get a free website. And honestly, this is probably where it will go over time as I refine down, because now on that ad and that funnel, I can have case studies of an insurance agent that I doubled their business, right? And so the more granular you get, the more effective your campaign is, because you are speaking to one specific person and they say, hey, this person, you know, this ad, this funnel, this service provider, they're speaking to me, right? So
That's good. Thanks.
There's
Yeah.
and there's also if you're at the beginning stages of and you're trying to find out who your ICA is, your ideal client avatar is, if you don't know exactly who resonates with you, and you can help them strategically with what you know, then you can have your funnel a little bit more general, in the messaging, offering what you offer, but in your ad campaign, you can take that and target certain niches, until you find out exactly which one resonates. And then you could adjust your funnel to go strong with the messaging and the wording, going strong with who you figured out who resonates, and that could bump it up. So there's lots of strategies and tactics that you can apply once you get the basics, like Caleb was saying. Start, get it down, and just start somewhere, and then that's you build on that. So that's the fun part. I always say that's the fun part.
all right, we are out of time. Any takeaways? Got time for 2 takeaways. Randy, what's your takeaway? You've been scribbling away all morning.
It's I'm scribbling, lots of scribbling. No, that this is deeper, and I mean that's why I come here. So that's why I come here, to learn, to figure it out. So
we're doing it.
Right.
Yeah. I appreciate everybody. You guys are always, from day one, everybody's just excited and encouraging, and when I feel like I'm drowning because I'm over my head and stuff, I just appreciate everybody's excitement about stuff.
Well, thank you. Our pleasure. Jason, what's your takeaway? Then we'll give you the final word.
Oh, unmute.
Just looking at everything, I mean, I feel like I'm so behind, I mean, there's so much value here that I've not tapped into yet. I feel like I've got a whole bunch of things started, like that failure to launch thing. So I really need to, I have my communication guide done. Is it perfect? No. I need to do something with it. I have my video done. Is it perfect? No. I need to do something with it. Time is of the essence. So I need to get some things going there. So are we having our workshop call today?
8:30. We'll see you there.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah.
See you guys. You have a great day.
Stuff.